Bitcoin. What's going off here? So just going to have a little look up on there. And we want to find out what's going on. And I believe there's a precedent in the long term for something quite interesting, just debating what's happening at the tough end here. So yeah, I'm just looking at something bigger at the moment, and it's patterns. So pretty patterns, trying to confirm the knowledge of pattern. And just looking up here, wondering if this is essentially a bull flag, because here we go. You've got these two broadly lateral lines along there, thereabouts. So hang on, let's just get rid of that one quickly. And you got there these fantastic 1, 2, 3 touches there, invalidated a little bit later on, but there's still scope for it to come back down. Or is it going to move up and break out? That's what you want to know, or guess, or just be aware of something might happen. And of course, you've got a flagpole as well. So absolutely distinctive flagpole there. Just going to pop that and make sure the flagpole is quite a little bit more visible than the candles, because it can get a little bit lost along there. Now we want to see this bull flag. Bull flag, essentially their parallel channel, which is consolidating or distributing along after a significant uptrend, and that uptrend has come up from, well, we'll just describe that nice after that phase of distribution there or accumulation. It's just all that, sort of developing a little continuation pattern, which I don't even know about. We've got something coming up here, and this looks to me like a flaggy flag. It's simply a continuation of a previous pattern after a phase of consolidation, and that offers good structure. This consolidation phase sort of offers good structure, and that's if it's what it is. It certainly is offering good structure. But anyway, if you come up to the top after this long parabolic rise up to the top there, and after that phase of FOMO and relentless hopeful optimism of the late majority through there, had a nice decline forming those three bottoms through there, and that really confirmed a level of support and launched off from back in July 21, reaching up with that double top in October, November, reaching, was it 63, was it, or thereabout 63, 67, 69k as the absolute peak. Just taking a breather there, it's pivoted low to form a W bottom in there. So over the coming weeks, let's have a look. Probably want to have a little look into the 1 day on there. Have a little look in the 1 day and see what you've got. A fantastic W bottom pattern. W bottom pattern is a useful indicator, a very, very, very good one. So what is it? It describes a change in trend, that change in momentum. So downside, that declining phase there, describing the end. So essentially, this is in an accumulation phase now. An accumulation phase usually is marked by reversal patterns. At the top of it, just before the declining phase, there was a double top, which is a massive bear signal to come down. A reversal, massive reversal. People talk about bears. It might not be in a bear market. It's just a reversal of a trend or some kind of, people thought, oh, it's all going downhill. Well, it's actually looking pretty well uphill. That's what we're saying. So a bull flag comes in a bull market, and reflect is a continuation pattern, which is a continuation of the previous trend. Previous trend, as can be seen here, is incredibly, markedly upward, right the way across. Here is another sort of pattern there, and that was can be an indicator there, the descending triangle, something which, and that's a whopping great big, I think it was that over a year, 400 days, something like that. And that whopping great big, huge pattern, that descending triangle, is attributed to normally breaking low, and it surely did. And this is definitely, to my mind, the more I look at it, it's looking more like a bullish flag. I might be talking shit because I'm just a noob. And this bullish flag, you can take the flagpole, it's possible to take the flagpole clone and then use the flagpole as a potential indicator for long-term upside upon the breakouts. Also, another way of estimating a breakout is to have a look at the height of the flag, or of the, which is pretty much there, and that is also a potential upside there. The peaks and troughs of the wavelengths there, which form the resistance and support. So at the moment, you got that there, and it's come down, declaration, nice area of accumulation, upside, coming down. We've got this new declining phase, nice in there. So we could finish the distribution phase of the double top, declining phase, and this is where, another again, that pivot point is associated with the W pattern. Why choose a W pattern? What is this double bottom or W pattern? W pattern is, it's a charting pattern to describe the change in trend and a momentum reversal from prior leading price action. So it's describing the drop of a stock index and the rebound and another drop to the same or similar level of the original drop. So in there, zooming in on the daily, and there you go. It's the rebounding that's going on. It's pumped down, found a level of support there to there. Okay, and that's coming down, and so there you go. It's slammed down, found that sort of area, that low, and it's rebounded upwards, and there's another level drop of about a similar equal proportion to a similar level, sort of perhaps within 3 and 4% of there. Let's have a little look. Perhaps within 3 and 4% there. Well, that'll do. And then it starts to look like a letter W. There's your other rebound there. So it's slammed down, rebounds, retraced again, come down, it's coming down, and bounced up, rebounding up to form that W pattern. I won't be surprised if it just comes down a wee bit to about there. And what does it do? It's got a twice touch low, and that's considerably the support level, the 2 touches low. And the advance of the first bottom, should be a drop of about sort of 10%, 20%. So let's have a look. I think that might well be it. Let's have a look on there. It's just to confirm what you're looking at, the anatomy of a W pattern. Fuck me, sideways, that's huge, isn't it? Pardon my French on there. And, that's huge. Wow. this definitely follows major downtrend in a particular sort of index. This one being Bitcoin. It's a massive signal for the beginning of a potential uptrend. So I want to start gearing up for something. So maybe start averaging in. Sort of an intermediate term. So, you got that there. That was looking there. People did average in on that big green candle there. There was a lot of Russia influence and Ukraine influence because they're demanding a lot of Bitcoin at the moment, and they're going to be demanding it in the future. So what have we got there? So the previous downtrends, you're probably looking probably about 3 months, I think, something like that. A couple of months. Yeah, good couple of months on that. That's not too bad. It's looking nice, isn't it? 3 months off there. And it's just, from the previous patterns. Let's just have a little look at that again. From that confirmation there up to that confirmation, that first bearish candle, 86%. There we go. 60, 70, a good couple of months there. That's good enough. There's a lot to offer on this one, and generally, the indicators are looking good that it might be there. There's other ones which want to get available is the RSIs to really have a look at that buying point there. What are the EMAs doing off there? Have the EMAs come up? Trumps. So the EMAs, you can have a little look. Yeah, it's starting to sit above that 55 now in the daily, which is a great sign. It's not really done much of that at all for a very, very long time, has it? And it's good to see, a real positive bit of news. Now, will support be held on that 55 level? I don't know. You never know. But there's also the potential of it forming something else. Let's have a look. What's it potentially could form? Always look, it's never rely on the same old thing. And here we go. A poo bum. Now, probably do want to have a little look in there and have a look and see what other patterns are about. Is that a symmetrical triangle? A symmetrical triangle, they can break either way. They can break low and they can break higher. Someone's been trying to say this is an ascending triangle. It does look a bit sensitive. Maybe that's through the prism of their very bullish eye. And again, let's have a look at the breakout potential on there. And the breakout potential again is measured by the distance of the first two extremities. And that's not exclusive to the estimate of the breakout. It's not limited to the extremities of the peak and troughs. Fuck off, cunt. And there we go. That'll be fantastic. So that'll do. So assuming it does break out at some place, usually the best optimal place for it to break out is about 2/3 along the shape, which ties in quite well with the narrative. Let's have a look there. Breaking out the fibs, having a look on the fibs lines. Looks like potential for a 786 on there. Or 786. Let's have a double check on that. How good is that? Good to go. 786 on there. Have another little look. 786 would be a good place to start having a look in that zone just below and maybe if it pokes through, look at above. So that's a nice technical target around from the 57 mark. First of all, we've got to rake up and get through these other places. And another point of there to there. No, press the wrong button. You want to get up there just to really start guesstimating where these patterns lay, where these estimates are going to lay. And that 786 seems to be the mean. But initially, without on the breakout point, having a breakout point is good to estimate them from the apex, and that's another good indicator going for the 786, which fits in quite nicely with my narrative at the moment. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That'd be nice. So what's the upside from current price? Current price at potentially, if it does reach a resistance line, looking at sort of 70%, that was 80% this morning. A breakout target, sort of laying between, absolutely spot on between there and there. That's a whopping 38%, sort of 25-30%, isn't it? Coming up with those breakouts. That's really tasty. And of course, this has a upside and produces some fantastic opportunities for the alts. Yeah, that's wonderful. But having a look again on the W, there he is. Yeah, going back into that W, we're gonna have a good look at what's going on. Maybe before and hourly. And again, he's reached up that point, that target point there. Had estimated that yesterday as a sort of broad range place of where, so I just took that previous high, and that was a zone of looking at how it's going to tumble down. And that was in this sort of zone here, just sort of vaguely based upon the previous highs, and sure enough, it's rejected any further advances, but forming a very nice point to have a look at, forming a resistance point. This is expected, and it does happen. It's where's it falling to? First one now. Maybe it's something about there. So again, have a look on the fibs line, create a fibs for the reversal within this sort of hourly type trend. Forcing that up. We'll have a look there. 618. What is that going to do? 618 comes up to the point of where it started consolidating in there, didn't it? That's a good likely point for it to come down to. Just mark that down. Where is it? And again, maybe that fibs point there. That's not it, is it? Oh, ho hum. Yeah, that looks more realistic. Yeah, that looks highly realistic. What's that? 786 on there. And again, look there. There she is. Nice little point to observe. And if there's a retracement on the upside, creating a higher low potentially if it comes through there, looking for the upside, and that is a good point for it to really come out and start searching for the breakout along there. So if it comes along there, start getting halfway to 2/3, and that's a real great point for a breakout. Having a look there, where the 618 is potentially not really likely it's going to do anything unless it comes up from there again, 382 on the 50, and then if it does turn down there, that longer, that full length Fibonacci retracement would that looks like a nice convergence point there. So I'm wondering if it might come down, if it does break through this support sort of areas here and here, high likely points there and there. That would be super bullish if it come down, rebound off there and burst. That highly likely to burst out through that resistance line. If it does come down, finds a gentle, nice kind of wends its way down to there, or really quickly, that's a nice point along that sort of 786 line, and then again on here if it's really taking its time to decline. So let's have a look on that hourly. Absolutely spondoolied. Having a look on the hourly. Again, it sort of fits that narrative in and around there, doesn't it? Not too accurate, but we want to see that happen. What's it going to happen in the hourly chart there? Yeah, just wonder if it's going to come along to that point there. Just have a little general little consolidation, little step down. That's a 618, so it might just pause there briefly before moving down to a lower level. We can have a nice good look at that. Find out what's going off. Nice little swing though within the overall big pattern which we have here, waiting for the upside. So still waiting for those big movements. So in terms of big picture, it's waiting to go up. And the hourly is coming down for the moment to move back up again. Let's see what else. I think